This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, March 7th, and we're live, and we're talking about what you're talking about. Right now, I'm here with Erica and Brandon. I'm Jeff. Let's get to it, guys. Actress and singer Olivia Newton-John is opening up about battling stage 4 breast cancer. This is actually her third time combating the disease. She was first diagnosed in 1992 and secretly overcame it in 2013. Now, in a sneak peek interview with the Today Show, she's talking about why she kept the news private. Let's watch.
Because of the speculation, which happened the third time. So I just decided I wanted to go through it myself, and I did a lot of natural healing and a lot of herbs that my husband made for me, and I don't know, it was just a decision that I'd keep it to myself that time.
And you'll remember Olivia shut down rumors that she had only weeks to live right after the new year. That happened this year, and that was the video that they're showing right there. Yeah. But it seems like it's back now for the third time. I mean, that's got to be, you know, I'm with her that she could beat it again, but that's got to be demoralizing that it keeps coming back.
Well, yeah, and we heard from Alex Trebek, who was diagnosed with cancer, and, you know, the positive attitude, really, it's something that we should be practicing anyway, and that's respecting and honing and bringing in our own space. When my mother was diagnosed with cancer, it was really important how I was told, and the fact that she wasn't the one who told me, so that I was able to get myself together before I had a conversation with her, because she said the last thing she needed was a big emotional breakdown. Right. Yeah. And she wanted to give me space, but she also wanted to, like, you know, protect her own space. Yeah, and imagine like having to go to chemo treatments or, you know, go to some sort of radiation treatment. You're reading blogs and newspaper articles, and they're telling, you're reading that, oh, you only have a couple weeks left. And it's like, wait a minute, my doctor didn't say that. Right. Page 6 or some media outlets say that. So, I mean, praying for her, you know, because we all of us, and you know how people are like, oh, I don't feel bad for celebrities, nothing bad happens to them. We're seeing all throughout this week that no one's different, you know. So, you know, pray for her, pray for Alex, pray for Luke, you know, that sort of thing. That's where we're at right now. So Miss Olivia Newton-John, we're praying for you here at DBL. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And speaking of Luke, like you said, more of Luke Perry's Beverly Hills co-stars from 90210 co-stars are speaking out right now after the actor died Monday from a massive stroke at the age of 52. Jason Priestley, who played Brandon Walsh, if you remember, on the hit 90s show, posted his reaction on Instagram, saying in part, "My dear friend of 29 years, Luke Perry, was one of those truly special people who really cared. Luke was not only a star, he was an incredibly bright light that was extinguished far too soon." And Tiffany Thiessen also posted saying, "My heart has been weighing heavy. The loss of a man who started as my co-star, but quickly became my friend. He welcomed me on my very first day of 90210 with open arms." And the series creator for Riverdale posted this picture saying the show will dedicate all of its future episodes to Luke. So just, again, a testament to what you're saying, a testament to his character, not only who he was on camera, but who he was off camera, and I think that's even more important. Yeah, and in this business, we're family. Like, we're around each other more than we're around our own families. So to get that type of condolences, to get that type of, those people speaking so highly about you, then that's how you rest in peace, that's how you rest in power. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to move on to R. Kelly now because he's getting some support from his 2 living girlfriends. They sat down with CBS's Gayle King and defended the singer against claims that they're being controlled by Kelly. One even called out her own father. Let's take a listen.
When I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Meantime, Gayle is opening up to O Magazine about her explosive interview with R. Kelly that aired yesterday. Gayle says she wasn't scared that R. Kelly was going to hit her, but rather she worried he was going to end the interview early, which is why she remained seated. I mean, we watched this video yesterday. We talked about this video yesterday. Again, Gayle King looks like a pro. He looks like he's having a temper tantrum. What do you think now, if anything, differently about hearing from the 2 girls?
I mean, here's the thing. What she's talking about is so much to unpack.
Exactly.
But what she's talking about in terms of blackmail, I think that they're really going on, this is all in a concerted effort to discredit anyone who comes forward. But the issue is this young lady, when we're talking about the tape in question that he's actually going to court for and he's being, he's had charges against him for, she was like a baby.
Right.
So she really can't speak to what happened in the 90s on this VHS tape when he is allegedly 14 or with a 14-year-old. But I do think that whether she's telling the truth about her parents or not, it's still a very sad situation. Those are two young ladies who clearly don't know their value, and that's the reason why they're susceptible to predators.
And you can hear Gayle King talk this morning talking about how complicated this situation is. She's saying the girlfriends, the living girlfriends are saying one thing, but the parents are saying one thing else. And the other thing that Gayle said is the two girlfriends sound like parrots compared to what R. Kelly said in his interview. They sound controlled. So it's one of those things where you're just going to have to listen to every interview, to kind of figure out on your own, do your due diligence. But at the same time, it's like, I'm ready for this to go away. Like, I'm ready for them to put this guy away, because it's one thing with Michael Jackson, but with this guy, it's like we've been through this. We have videos, we have text messages, marriage certificates from when he was with Elliott. And Leah was 15, and her parents had to annul the marriage. So it's just...
And you're talking about controlling. Both those women are estranged from their parents and live with R. Kelly, so speaking of control, it seems like he might have some influence on that. I'm just saying. And you mentioned Michael Jackson. You're leading me into every new segment, buddy. Thank you.
Bro.
Monique is slamming Oprah right now. It's all over Oprah's sit-down interview with the two men who accused the King of Pop of sexually abusing them when they were just boys. Monique and Oprah have had a long history of not necessarily seeing eye to eye, and now Monique and her husband are criticizing the media mogul in a new video. Let's watch.
That man welcomed you in his home, and you spoke of how beautiful and all the love this man has shown children all over the world. Then you come back and you allow these two men to get on your platform and tell this story, and that man cannot defend himself. Who does that?
Meantime, on the other side, Corey Feldman is also speaking out. While he maintains that nothing inappropriate ever happened between him and Michael Jackson, he is now saying, quote, I don't want to be perceived as I'm here to defend Michael Jackson because I can no longer do that. I cannot in good conscience defend anyone who's being accused of such horrendous things. Michael Jackson's family and estate deny all allegations and even sued HBO to prevent them from airing its documentary. Well, that didn't happen, and I mean, again, I'll say it, that everyone's entitled to their own opinion on this particular subject. I was a huge fan of Michael Jackson's. I'm very disappointed in my own eyes, in my own world, that I've witnessed what I've witnessed in that video, and I believe him to be guilty of these crimes. That's just me saying that. I'm not questioning your character on whatever you believe. I have two young boys, and I feel like this is true, and it's sad for me because I love Michael Jackson. I don't know what to do now when his songs come on. I don't know if I should play them at home. I don't want, you know, it's hard for me, but I understand people, they can have their own convictions about it.
Well, you know, first of all, that Monique video looked like a hostage video.
It did not look, I don't know.
Like, it's the same thing when Nancy Pelosi and, who was it, Schumer were standing side by side.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like, don't do that. That's a bad angle. But what she's talking about.
Thanks for addressing that. There you go.
No, it's just like, that's just bizarre. It just comes across very bizarre to me. But what she's saying is about Oprah, here's the deal. Oprah was the victim of child abuse, and she's been very transparent about that. For her to watch this documentary and invite these two men on to speak to them, there must have been something there that Oprah felt like it needed to be discussed, and then they needed to have this platform. So I'm respecting what it was that Oprah, as someone who has encountered this type of behavior and abuse herself, how she felt and the reasons why she chose to give these two men a platform. And again, we've discussed the idea of seduction, sexual seduction with young children, and how this is something that she has been talking about for over 25 years. And I think that really has made an impact in our society, regardless of how you feel about the Michael Jackson.
And I'm glad you brought it there, because that's really what we're talking about, is Oprah and Monique. And Oprah's doing her job. You know what I mean? That's what she's doing, her job.
I would like to, I know Gayle King sat down with the Jackson 5, like the brothers. I would like Oprah to sit down with them as well. You know, I think that's something that Monique is getting at. Like, oh, you only sat down with one side of the argument. But Jeff, I feel like you do, man. We were just watching a Jackson 5 video, and I'm sitting there looking at young Michael, and I'm sitting there like, how did you grow up to allegedly be this monster?
Right.
Like, how did you grow up to be that? And it's like, what Wade Robson's sister said is what got me when she said, people are always saying, oh, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. She's like, they know Michael Jackson. They don't know Michael. Remember, he used to sleep over at their house. He used to spend hours with them and the family. So they know, the victims, they know, and their families know us more than we know Michael Jackson.
Right.
They know Michael.
Let's continue that conversation in the break. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube, guys. DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, Def Leppard's Joe Elliott tells our own Sam Shocker how fans changed his mind on comments he made back in 2015. You don't want to miss that interview. And how well do you know your laws? We're playing a new game called Serve Time or Not a Crime. You don't want to miss it.
Brandon London here, the beautiful Erica Cobb, and the coolest El Jefe in the world, Big Jeff over there. Let's get to some of your comments, because a lot of people are still talking about the Michael Jackson thing. Cheryl Hanna from Facebook says, can't these two guys who allegedly claim MJ did that go to jail for perjury for lying under oath during the trial when MJ was alive? The statute of limitations is up for them perjuring themselves, so they can come out and talk about it. Yep, Tori was the one who told me about that, so I got educated on that. Kathy Williams from Facebook says, watch Leaving Neverland, and I believe those two men. Look at the faces of these two little boys. And like, the second part is what got me. When the little sister, the sister of Wade Robson started talking, and she was saying how people were saying, oh, you only know Michael Jackson, the singer, the entertainer. She's like, you guys don't know Michael. And it's just after hours and hours of watching that footage and hearing him sleeping over the house, and you seeing pictures of him just hanging out at these people's house. Regular, you got mansions, you're Michael Jackson, but you're hanging out at these people's house. And that's what got me to where it's like, all right, they spent a lot of time around this guy. They know this guy in and out, where his head was, where his mind was. So it's just unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
For me, it was the similarities between the stories and how estranged they are from their own families, how much it mentally messed them up. You know, if you're thinking that that didn't happen, it's got to be the most phenomenal acting I've ever witnessed in the history of the world, these guys, because you could see how visibly shaken, especially, not Wade, the other guy, James.
Safe shot.
I mean, he looked like, I don't want to make this reference because he was allegedly abused, but he looked like a beaten puppy that's in a shelter. I mean, he's shaken visibly. It's affecting his family and the rest of his life. I mean, I don't know, just my opinion. Welcome back to DBL. A New Jersey town is trending right now, all because of a potential new law threatening dog owners that can't keep their pets quiet. Raquel Villanueva has the details.
That's right, Jeff. Saddle River in New Jersey is looking to prohibit dogs barking lasting longer than 20 minutes. Dog owners could face fines up to $1,000. There's also a chance repeat offenders could get community service or even jail time. Now, surely laws couldn't get any crazier than that, right? Well, you're wrong. I've got a new game for you guys to test your knowledge of the law. It's time to play Serve Time or Not a Crime. Fancy graphics. Let's get started. Now, I'll read off an offense, and you have to tell me if you think you can serve jail time for it or if it's not a crime at all.
I like it.
So, first question. Would you serve time for swimming or wading in a public fountain?
Serve time. That's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Oh, man. Okay, so none of you are going to jail because you are correct.
Oh, yeah.
You have to serve time. In Wichita, Kansas, it's illegal to swim or wade in a public fountain. Now, let's go to question 2. Is it a crime to own a military tank?
Not a crime.
I watch Cops.
Everyone says not a crime. You are all correct. You can own one as long as you disable the firing controls. So question number 3.
Good law.
What about keeping a cute stray dog without reporting it? Is that served time or not a crime?
I'm going to be wrong in this one, and I hate it.
Ooh, it is actually a crime.
There we go, baby.
No matter how cute it is, it's illegal to keep a stray dog without reporting it. Now let's get to question 4. It's about flamethrowers. Would you serve time in 40 states for owning a flamethrower?
Dude, I just want it to be
not a crime.
Well, Jeff, I'm here to make your dreams come true. It is not a crime. Actually, it is legal to own a flamethrower in 40 states.
I'm gonna get one.
Me too.
And
Barbecue.
the final question here. What about pumping your own gas? Can you pump your own gas in all 50 states?
Nope. Not
You know what? Not in Oregon either.
Okay, you guys really know your law. That's correct. In New Jersey, you cannot pump your own gas. So let's see the winner.
Who's the winner?
Brandon. You really know your crime.
How about Oregon? Down, down, down.
Is it only New Jersey or is it just
It's
Oregon?
only New Jersey. Oregon has changed.
Oh, see, but I used to know.
Red team's going.
Yes.
Hey, Raquel, what do I win?
You win my admiration for not going to jail.
I'll take it. Someone call 911.
All right, thank you so much, Raquel. We had fun. That was a fun game. All right, guys, coming up on DBL, our own Sam Shocker sits down with Def Leppard frontman Joe Elliott, and he reveals which provocative artist he'd like to collaborate with. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Double Jump, where we talk the latest in gaming, tech, and pop culture news. Today we're here to review Captain Marvel, which stars Brie Larson in the titular character of Carol Danvers, and she becomes Captain Marvel to help defend the Earth from the oncoming space galactic war between 2 alien races, the Kree and the Skrull. Chris, I'm going to you first, man. Give me the good, the bad, the great, the ugly, and it doesn't sound that good so far.
No, this is a big old bag of so-so. Everything is just okay with this movie. There's so many missed opportunities. She was on a team of like super warriors that they could have had so many funny interactions with that, like Guardians of the Galaxy style. And you know, the only really good interaction that her character had was with Samuel L. Jackson. That was really good.
Yeah,
the back and forth was great.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't appreciate how they treated the Skrulls in this one. They're pretty much just peasant refugees when they're supposed to be a giant galactic empire. So the movie was just so-so. She wasn't that great. I would say, well, now we'll do the final.
She was almost there, I think, and I want to go back to your energy with the team, because I feel like Samuel L. Jackson and her were the only two that worked really good together in this movie. Her and Jude Law didn't play off of each other as well as I really wanted them to. I mean, come on, you're like a mentor, mentee situation. Like, you guys need to have some good energy, and she was trying to crack jokes that just weren't timed well. They just weren't really that funny, and Jude Law's character wasn't even like a snicker. Like, come on, man, some kind of something to let us know that you're at least amused by this character, because they have a big past together, but it just doesn't show at all in this movie. So Chris, what are you recommending for this one? Wait for Redbox, go to the theater, or don't see it at all?
I'm gonna recommend go to Redbox.
Welcome back to DBL. If you were alive in the 80s, Def Leppard songs Pour Some Sugar on Me, Photograph, and Love Bites were the soundtrack to many of your most memorable moments. Nearly 40 years later, the band is part of the latest Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Our very own Sam Shocker had the opportunity to sit down with frontman Joe Elliott in today's Chatting with the Stars. Enjoy.
Joe Elliott, oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan. Welcome to DBL, and congratulations on Def Leppard's upcoming induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I, in fact, woke up this morning, destroyed my entire bedroom looking for my Def Leppard t-shirt from like 1983, and and I couldn't find it.
Wasn't on top of the pile? How disappointing.
Now, Joe, in 2015, during an interview, you said the band had decided that even if asked to join the Hall of Fame, you all would politely refuse. So what changed your mind to accept this honor?
Yeah, we always saw it as this kind of elitist club that, you know, somebody decides how cool or uncool we are, and thought that, you know, I didn't think it was right. What changed our minds basically was our own fans, their fanaticism and their enthusiasm towards us. We weren't going to kick them in the face with that, you know, by saying we're not going.
Exactly.
As soon as we realized it was the fans that put us in there, then we were ready to go.
Yeah, because as one of your fans, we want to see you in there. And I respect the fact that you see it as an elitist club, but your fans want to see you represented to that top degree. So let's talk about your Vegas residency. I've seen you in Vegas, very exciting. Now, a lot of your fans, too, are newer fans because of your collaboration with Taylor Swift. Are there going to be any outstanding surprise collaborations while you're in Vegas?
Well, that would be something that as a spur of the moment happens on the day thing. We're not planning any. You know, we're not going to be ringing Taylor up or Van Morrison.
Joe,
you know.
Or Brittany or Christina,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, well, we could. I mean, in fairness, a lot of the female pop stars over the last 10, 20 years are big fans of Def Leppard.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Lady Gaga, Pink.
If you could pick anybody from Lady Gaga to Pink to Britney Spears to Christina Aguilera, who would you want to see in the audience and then jump up and do a surprise performance with you?
Gaga, just for the sheer nuttiness of the whole idea, you know.
Yes.
Fine, if she knows the words to pour some sugar on me, she can get up and do it, and I'll take a step aside. Because I'd want to watch that. You know?
Yes. Thank you for sharing that with me, Joe, and thank you for sharing your time with us here at Daily Blast Live. I adore you. I can't wait to see you again in Vegas, and can't wait to see what you accomplish next.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Nice interview. Would you guys ever go to Def Leppard concert?
Sure, why not?
Would you?
Only if somebody pour some sugar on me.
That wasn't even set up. He just took that one away.
I just took it.
That was all branded right there.
There you go.
Good job, buddy. You're getting ready for Friday. I like it. All right, I don't know. I didn't know where to go there. But anyway, Star Wars fans are going to flip out over a new Disney announcement. Raquel Villanueva has the news at the moment.
Well, Jeff, coming to a galaxy not so far away, Disney's new Star Wars theme parks. Adventures include the Millennium Falcon interactive experience. That puts you right inside the driver's seat. The 14-acre park also has its first ever Star Wars themed cantina, where you won't need a Jedi mind trick for adults to order up a drink. Disney's California park will open May 31st, followed by Disney's World in Florida's August 26th.
Nice. Thank you, Raquel. Wow, those are fun. You ever been there?
No.
I've never been to Star Wars.
They got a Harry Potter ride. It's the best. And that's at not the right park, so never mind about that. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
If a dirty...
George Lopez, welcome to DBL. You are currently traveling with your stand-up special, The Wall, which tackles some of the most important social issues that face our country. Why do you think it's important for our country to take a comedic look at these controversial issues?
Sometimes the best messages are delivered with humor, and at a time where there's so many people who are disenfranchised, the one thing that we share when we don't even share the same beliefs is that we all have the ability to laugh.
Amen. So, and I have to acknowledge the elephant, or should I say the dog in the room. I hear her name is Mama, Little Mama. Is that Little Mama on your pillow there, George?
Yeah, this is my rescue Mama. I've had Mama about 5 years.
Yay! Good for you, George. Oh, little Mama. Look at her, so resilient. Let's talk about the world's most amazing dog. It's giving pups from across the world a chance to compete paw to paw and fetch, am I right about this, $100,000? So please tell us about the competition and how we can sign up our furry friends for the show.
Yeah, $100,000 grand prize. Go to Facebook Watch and click on World's Most Amazing Dog. It's easy to upload the video, and we're still accepting submissions. It's very entertaining to see a lot of the videos of the dogs, and it's going to be very difficult for myself and Lisa Vanderpump, who's the other judge, to make a decision.
Oh, I can't wait. So 2 questions then. So one, I want to know what you're looking for when you're scoring, but you also mentioned Lisa Vanderpump, who I know very well. She's a dear friend. I love her, and I love that she's a big advocate for animals, as you are. What was it like working with Lisa?
Yeah, well, you know, Lisa, there's nobody like her. And her and I have been great fodder for each other. But, you know, Sam, when you see incredible things and amazing things, it's beyond what anybody really imagines that a dog is able to do. But the one thing that is constant amongst all of the videos submitted across 36 countries is that the camaraderie between the owner and the dog.
Oh, I can't wait, and I believe it. I mean, I have a rescue dog from Compton. Her name is Baby. But George, before we go, I gotta ask you, does little mama have any tricks?
I think maybe protecting her food from all the other dogs is something that she's very good at.
George Lopez, thank you so much for joining us. I adore you, and I cannot wait to watch the show. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Very kind. Thank you.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, but before we do, Brandon, I want to clear it up. That was Universal Studios I was talking about, so.
It's all good.
It's fun over there, too.
You're a lobbyist. You're a lobbyist. Let's get to these. Isaac Banks from Facebook says, Def Leppard, frontman, hashtag Joe Elliott, and he rock. Brandy Sprong says, I love Def Leppard, and Isaac Banks, again, in caps locks, says, oh, Brandon L., awesome singing, man. Pour some sugar on me. You see what I did? You see what I did?
Would you go to the concert with Brandon is the next question.
No. Actually, yes, because if I couldn't see, then I would ask him to lift me up so I could see the stage.
He is pretty tall.
Yeah, he comes in handy.
That's right.
Thank you.
But Brandon, you're not going to get front row seats if you and Erica go?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Why not?
Because it's not going to be good enough. Like, why are we over here? Why are we behind here? We need to be backstage.
You going to switch your answer now?
It's cute. He acts like he would be paying for the tickets.
Oh!
I'll take it. Lady boss. Lady boss. I'll take it.
We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Happy Friday, Junior. I snuck it in. That was for you, Ira. We'll see you tomorrow.